YouTube, what's up today? So we just got our first job trailer. So I wanted to give you a quick little tour of the trailer, show you where we're starting, tell you what the plans are for it, how we're going to lay it out, what it's going to look like when it's done, and kind of take you along the journey of, you know, here's where we started, here's where it's going to end up. But first off, let's take a peek at the trailer. So we went with for several different reasons, we went with a 6x12 dual axle trailer. This is a Homesteader, so it's a good mid-priced brand. Okay, several things were really important when we were shopping trailers. You know, when you go to the dual axle trailer, you pick up a much heavier frame. If you look at that frame, that's a heavy frame. This thing will haul 7,000 pounds. Dual 3,500 pound axles. And one of the reasons why this is important, you know, depending upon the type of work that you do, is the gap right here from that back wheel to the end of the trailer is only about 22 inches. On a single axle trailer, that's going to be about 33 inches. So if you have to back up steep driveways or any kind of a grade, this is going to lift the ass end of your trailer up and get you up that hill a lot better than a single axle will. So that was one of the really important things for me, because it's going to be easier on the trailer, it's going to be easier on the customer's driveway, and it's just going to be, you know, better overall. So take a quick peek inside here, and then we will go inside in just a minute and show you how we got everything planned. Only got a couple of pieces in there right now, just kind of getting started. But 6x12. A couple things I really liked about this Homesteader was the quality of the build, how heavily it was built. 0.30 aluminum on the sides, so it's nice and heavy. The heavy duty dual axles, and the door latches. This is one of the big things we're all worried about, is safety of our gear, safety of our tools. So these door latches are very nice, because we can shut the door and we don't require padlocks. See if I can do this here. My cord's in the way. So now that's locked in. Turn my key lock and this goes nowhere. It's thick, it's heavy. You're gonna have a heck of a time cutting through that. So for me, that was one of the things that's an upgrade on this trailer. But the dealer that we bought from does this on all their trailers. So full LED lighting package on the trailer. So inside, again, I said this is a 6x12. So when I start, what I've been doing for the last probably 2 months is watching every trailer video out there on YouTube. All the Ron Paulk trailer videos, all the videos for trailers for plumbers, trailers for carpenters, trailers for all the different trades. And what I did was, you know, I really like the Ron Paulk design, but it's very heavy as far as everything is placed, and it's really not moving. So you don't have a lot of options available to you to reconfigure the trailer on the fly, because like what we do, we do everything from handyman work all the way through full remodels and light new construction, 3-season rooms, 4-season rooms, decks, finish out basements, that kind of stuff. So we may be installing appliances, we may be needing to haul larger items, and with the Paulk design, you just can't do that. So I wanted to try to design the trailer to be a little bit more flexible, so that I could do different things with the trailer and still have all of my tools with me. So one of the big things that I did is my table saw, and then my miter saw is going to sit right next to it right here. Those are both on stands. So because they're on stands, when we get to the job site, those come out, go to the job site. So now we just opened up a whole area here of almost 4 foot, and that's big enough that we can put a refrigerator in there, freezer in there. We can put washer dryer if we need to. We can haul larger materials. I can put a small pallet of materials there if I needed to. It just opens up a lot of space for me to be able to haul other items. And that was, like I said, that's one of the key things for me in designing this trailer. So I watched all the videos and kind of took what I liked from each video and put it together into what our trailer is going to become, given the limited size that we have and the amount of stuff we need to carry. So I drew everything out on paper as far as what the trailer layout was going to be like. Took my measurements of the trailer, drew everything out to kind of get a rough feel for what it was going to look like and what it was going to feel like and how much room I was going to have. So when we got the trailer home this week, the next thing I did was I came out and I translated that drawing into this blue tape on the floors and on the walls to say, okay, this is where the cabinets are going to be. This is the size they're going to be. Wall cabinets, I don't have everything up here. There's going to be some shelves here for some sustainers. Like Ron Paulk uses, only I'm going to use Gatorade bottles because we have 4 kids at home. They drink a ton of Gatorade. They're a great size. They're going to work really, really well for holding small parts, screws, nails, bolts, fasteners, that kind of stuff. This blue is going to be the dividable shelves, the divided cubby for all the battery operated tools and the corded tools. Down here is going to be a 4-foot workbench, and then there'll be storage in between that cubby and the top of the workbench. We kind of kicked everything off with this Husky cabinet. This is a pretty nice cabinet for $300. Is it heavy as a Snap-on or a Milwaukee? No. But it's heavier than the Harbor Freights and a lot of the other, shall we say, more budget-friendly brands. It also has 9 drawers. So you've got a full-length drawer. You've got 6 of these. And then you've got 2 deep drawers on the bottom. So a ton of storage. And it'll hold 1,200 pounds. So it's rated to hold quite a bit. So this is going to be my main hand tool storage area. And probably the bottom drawers are going to end up being parts storage for electrical parts and some plumbing parts, that kind of stuff. We're just going to see how it all shakes out. So then we've got our workbench with our divided cubby above. Going to have a couple of shelves here, and then a piece of plywood is going to be here to kind of give me something to fasten both to the walls and to this cabinet to kind of shore everything up and make it as strong as we can for going down the road. And there'll be storage shelves or storage drawers on the bench. Underneath the bench is going to be my rigid rolling container system. The 2 larger ones will fit underneath there just perfectly. Height-wise, it'll leave me a little bit of room. And then in this particular cabinet, this is just going to be divided shelves here that goes all the way up to the top of that luau there. And that's going to be set up. Rigid makes a rectangular milk crate storage unit that clips onto its system. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have room for 4 of those there. And I'm going to have 1 for my paint supplies, 1 for my drywall, 1 for plumbing. And then a 4th one is going to be empty so that when I load up to go into the job, I can stick that on top, load whatever I need specifically for that job into that one, and off we go. And then there'll be 24 inches open down at the bottom, which we can either fit generator, shop vac, or some rolling containers, some job boxes. So we're still kind of playing with that. So plywood wall going to come up here on the cabinet. Going to have my reels for air and power. Great little quiet air compressor here, the Husky. I've got a full review of this on the channel. If you haven't seen it, check it out. That'll plug into the air reels right here. Then I've got a little area in this corner to do some other storage. So if I need shovels, brooms, levels, we're still kind of trying. Once we get all the cabinetry in place, then we'll figure out what else fits where. And then I can put hangers on the side here of this cabinet for extension cords, so on and so forth. This cabinet is 20 by 18. It's going to be shelving. So bottom is going to be the shop vac garage, and then I'm going to have 3 or 4 open shelves where I'll be able to put, paint containers, routers, bigger tools. It's going to be kind of a flex storage area. Then this corner is again open. I may take and put a little cabinet here, but I'm going to bring the power in down here, put a little 2-circuit box, put a light switch for the overhead lights in here, and then that may end up being where we put our battery system, so that we've got, and our inverter, so that we've got power whether we're plugged in or not. Okay, so I'm coming over, got the door. Going to be another cabinet here, sitting right next to the table saw, and this is actually going to be a divided cabinet. You're going to have about 5 inches on this side. That's going to be great for tubes of caulk, boxes of nails, items like that. And then running up the main cabinet here, it's going to be divided shelves that are going to hold, again, the rigid storage boxes. Either they're, boxes that are like this. So I've got, screws and parts. And then they have one that's a little bit thicker that's actually tool storage. So I've got like a 12-volt kit set up in there with a drill, a driver, an oscillating tool, and a Sawzall, and a battery charger and a couple of batteries. So I can just grab that off the shelf and clip it onto my rigid system and roll it in and go. So that's going to hold like 7 of those. So I'll be able to have small part storage, 3 or 4 of those, and then 3 or 4 of the tool holders that will allow me to set up different kits based upon the most common jobs. And then over top of the table saw and the miter saw that goes there is going to be another cabinet. And I believe I've got this one at like 12 inches by 10 inches, 12 inches high, 10 inches deep. And that's going to be filled with the little plastic containers that are open. And I'm going to put everything in there from tape to electrical outlets, my back stock of certain things that you're going to need for a lot of jobs. So electrical outlets, GFCI outlets, wall plates, tape, and other small parts storage going down this way. I think I've got that at about 5 foot long, and that will allow me to put 9 or 10 8-inch wide bins in there that are 4 inches deep, 8 inches wide, and 11 inches long. So quite a bit of small parts storage there. Trying to find a home for everything, but you just don't know until you get it all in here. So as I said, what I did was I took the drawing, laid everything out with tape to make sure everything was going to fit before I started building the cabinetry. And everything looks like it's going to fit. Rolled the tools in. Miter saw's on the job right now, so I don't have it here. It's on a decking job, so don't have that with me, but it's going to fit there just fine. And actually made this a little bit bigger because I'm going to go with I'm going to upgrade my miter saw at some point here and go with a DeWalt miter saw and their big self-rising stand. That way make it a little easier on me carting this stuff around. But just want to give you a quick overview. This is what we're starting with. This is kind of how I laid things out and kind of thought through things, looked at everything that I need to carry with me, and tried to think of future things that I may need to carry with me. There's obviously no way you're going to think of everything as your business grows and changes. So I tried to build flexibility into this thing so that I had some open cabinetry, some open cubbies, and could allow myself to change up the storage if necessary. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did and you found it useful, please subscribe to the channel. It helps it grow, helps me produce more videos. Ring the bell to get notifications and like the video. Once again, guys, thanks for coming, and stay tuned. We're going to have updates on this thing as we start to get stuff built. Got myself a trailer full of plywood and 2x4s out there, so we're going to get started on that here just as soon as I wrap up this video. So thanks for coming, guys. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. We'll see you on the next video.